Well, welcome back to the channel, viewers. I'm here with Mark, and we're doing a one-on-one interview with Mark and his motorcycle. So there you go. Mark, when did you start riding motorcycles?
I started riding motorcycles when I was like 16 years old. I had a motorcycle, Yamaha 90, before I had a car or anything else. And I used to ride that in Cincinnati in the snow. It was my only transportation.
What cc was it? A 90 cc?
90 cc, yeah.
Wow.
And then I got a 185 after that.
Wow.
Not only the biggest bike I've ever owned, it's the biggest bike I've ever ridden.
Is it?
I've ridden like a Harley, or this is a 400 cc. It's the biggest bike I've ever been on.
And tell me about the bike.
Well, when I got here, I couldn't afford a bike when I first got here, but I had my car back in America, and my brother sold my car for me, so he put the money in the bank, and so I started shopping around for a bike. This is like almost 4 years ago, and couldn't find anything I liked here in Dumaguete. I just couldn't find anything I liked. I kind of wanted that old Triumph look, you know, and I looked and looked, couldn't find anything. So on Facebook, I found this bike, and it was owned by, or it's built by MC Customs in Manila.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And they do custom bikes, and it's a Motostar, but they stripped it down and customized it.
Wow.
And then he sold it to the owner of MC Customs, sold it to a doctor in Manila, and that's who I bought it from. But he hadn't taken care of it. It had a little tiny fender on it with little lights that are like a Christmas light on it. So like basically no lights at all. A little tiny fender. This wasn't on there.
The rack wasn't on there, yeah?
The exhaust wasn't there. It was like this really loud. It sounded like a 50 caliber machine gun. Bap, 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 bap. So it was embarrassing to even ride it. The brakes were messed up. The clutch was messed up. And I hadn't ridden a bike in like 10 years.
Wow.
And so by the time we finished our business, because I wired him the money, by the time we finished our business, it was like 7 o'clock at night. It was raining, and I had to drive it from the hospital where I picked it up at to my hotel, which is like an hour and a half away in Manila.
Oh, no.
Heavy traffic, in the rain.
At night.
And the clutch was all messed up, and I'm like real nervous riding it, stuck in traffic. So I barely make it to the hotel. And then I had to get it from the hotel the next day to the port, another like hour and a half drive, at least in the daytime. I get it to the port, and there's one ferry that leaves one day a week from Manila to Dumaguete. And so I booked a ticket already on the ferry, and I said, I just want to get my bike. And they said, well, you have to do it as freight. It's not like Ro-Ro. You have to put it on as freight. And so I come down the day before. It was like Sunday was when the ferry was leaving. I show up on Saturday morning, and I'm in line for like 3 or 4 hours. I finally get up there, and as I look up, there's a big sign that says all motorcycles must be turned in 48 hours before.
Oh, no.
I go, great, what am I going to do?
Oh, no.
Little money here, a little money there, you know, the guy that's in charge, yeah, I think they take care of you, sir. And so another like 2,000 pesos, you know, and eventually they sign everything and they take the bike on the ferry. And it's a 24-hour ride from there to Dumaguete. And on the way there, in the middle of the afternoon, on the first sea day, some lady jumps off the boat and tries to kill herself.
Oh.
And so we have to stop the ship in the middle of the ocean and rescue her. And they've saved her life, got her on board, but it delayed us. So anyway, I got to Dumaguete at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no.
And if you've ever been to the port, it's a huge port. And so I get off the ship and I'm saying, where do I go to get my bike? Nobody knows. Nobody can tell you anything. I don't know, sir. I don't know, sir. So I've got all my luggage I'm carrying with me, walking around this port, 3 o'clock in the morning. I finally find my bike way in the corner of the port. And there's some guys there. I show them all my papers. I paid like 3,000 pesos. Show them all my papers. And they said, well, you have to go pay your port fee. I said, I paid all this, so you have to pay your port fee. So where do I pay that? And they said, in Dumaguete.
Huh?
So I had to go walk into Dumaguete.
3 a.m. in the morning.
2 streets over from the boulevard, the to-go office, which was open. Paid like another 200 or 300 pesos, another piece of paper. Come back, show them that. They give me the bike. And they said, you have to go pay something else. Go to another corner of the port there, and there's all these windows. You go to window 1, pay a few pesos. Now go to window 2, window 3, window 4. Pay, you know, all small amounts. And then finally they said, okay, you have to stop at the security guard and give him all these papers, you know, before you can leave. I just said, hell with that. I got my bike and boom, flew right past security and went home. And so anyway, I tried everything to quiet it down because it was so loud. And I hate having a loud bike. And nobody could do anything for me. And you can't get parts from Motostar. Forget about getting parts from Motostar.
Oh, you can't buy parts?
You go, they got dealerships everywhere, but they don't sell any parts. And so I went to Rusi, and I said, do you have an exhaust? And so they showed me this one. I don't even know what year it's off of, this exhaust. So I bought this.
Oh, you bought the muffler?
I bought the muffler.
Yeah.
And then I went to a muffler shop, and they custom built all this for me.
Wow.
And they put it on. I love the way it looks, and I designed the...
Twin cylinder? Twin cylinder?
No, I think it's one cylinder.
Oh, no.
With
two twin cylinder?
There's only one spark plug.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
one spark plug. So anyway, I got that done, and then I had this rack welded on there.
That's handy.
And this whole back end, the fender, the light, and everything's off a Rusi 250 Classic.
Oh, okay.
I took these off an old Kawasaki. These shocks.
Do they work well?
Yeah, it was good enough, I guess.
Yeah.
And I had some trouble with it. We kept stalling out. I mean, I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And,
Yep.
And I took it down to Rusi, and they took it apart. Inside the starter was this silver, this like gold coin type thing, like that size of a silver dollar, and it had a wire coming out of it, and that was broken. And of course, they don't have the part for that. And at Rusi, Rusi's fantastic. They said, well, we can take one from, Rusi, and we can cut it down. So
Wow.
yeah, do it.
Wow.
So
They're very innovative here, aren't they?
They modified
Yeah.
it, put it in it, and it's worked fine ever since.
Wow.
They fixed it. So
Wow.
I've redone the clutch cable, the brake cables, and a bunch of other new tires, of course, and everything. And so she runs good.
And this is interesting with the headlights
That was on there.
surround. Well, that's
That's when I wrecked. That's a little bit scratched.
oh
up
yeah,
there.
scratch when you fell off.
Same
So
there too. See,
I think you're up for a new front tyre, Mark.
I just bought that one not long ago.
Did you?
Yeah,
Well, that's scrubbed out.
And I had
That's
a-
scrubbed out in the middle.
and I had a flat tire on it just like last week.
Oh wow, time for a new one. And how do you go with getting tyres here?
I have to look around.
Yeah, okay. Well, you got this one on the back. I remember that's in good. Well, it wears down a bit. What tyre pressure are you running them now?
They don't have a tire pressure. They just stick them on there,
Yeah, they just put anything. But yeah, all right.
But yeah, tires don't last long at all. They're like not even 6 months.
Wow. Did you customise the seat?
I just had a new cover put on. 'cause
New cover. That
what
looks
happened
comfortable.
was where my first apartment where I lived in, the neighbors had a cat. They're not supposed to have any pets, but they had a cat.
Oh,
and
no.
The cat would sit on everybody's seat
And
do its
scratch it.
claws,
Oh.
and it punched holes in all my leather, in the
Yeah,
leather.
yeah.
It's
That
like-
happened at my bikes here. That we used to have a white cat that come along until I got the dogs, and now the cat won't come.
Yeah, so I had to get that replaced.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite common there. And power-wise, what's it like? Is it powerful or?
Yeah, it's good enough. You can ride if you want.
It's 5-speed gears or?
Yeah, one down, 4 up.
1 down, 4 up. And did you fix the clutch? Did you have
Yeah, it's clutches, I guess, okay.
Yeah, you got a new lever, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad for a clutch. Well, how long you had it now?
4 years.
4 years. Wow. What's next on the agenda? Are you going to get a new motorbike, or are you just going to stick to a car?
Get a new one, yeah. I think I'm going to go for a scooter, something like what you've got, like the Honda ADV, something like that.
They're pretty good. But you're a tall guy, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you want to have a look at it. You can ride any of mine if you like and just see what they're like. The ADVs are good, but because you're so tall, you got to think about your knees and that as well. Or get that Royal Enfield. You always wanted a Royal Enfield.
Yeah, I like the Royal Enfields a lot, but all it comes down to money.
Yeah, I know. But nice bike. It's cool. It does look good. I've never seen one like this. So, and again, I didn't know that it was customized. So that looks cool. Oh, well, you could, maybe just keep it and just improve it all the time if you wanted.
Well, if there was a custom motorcycle shop in Dumagetti that could basically take it apart and rebuild it and make it a new bike, I would do that.
Okay.
Just,
maybe there's a place in Cebu to do that.
Yeah, repaint it, do everything.
Yeah.
I think this rim needs to be replaced.
Okay, well, you can get rims re-rolled here. You can do all of that. Well, if you ever want to sell it, let me know.
Yeah.
I might do a number on it, as they say.
Well, maybe I will.
I can fully repair it. So that's cool. That's very good.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, thanks for that time. Thanks for your time with
Thank you.
what is it? A
So Motostar 400.
Motostar 400.
And they did some, like when the MC Customs customized it. They did a bunch of stuff to the engine too, but I don't know what they did.
Okay, so it's a 390 centimeter or 400 cc.
But yeah, something was done like to the, whatever they do to soup it up.
Well, good.
I wouldn't know what that is.
I'll have a ride one day.
Anytime you want.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, look, thanks for your time.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, and thanks for an insight into your bike. What an interesting story that where you got it, where you bought it, who you bought it off, and your journey back down to Dumageddon on it. Wow. But that's the Philippines, isn't it?
I think I put probably 20,000 kilometers on it.
Wow. Yeah. Well, you ride in and out of Dumageddon all the time, and you've been on that trip with us to Mulbowl and another trip up to Sipalai, remember?
Yeah.
So it's been...
I've ridden it in the rain, I've ridden it in the dark.
Yeah, no. It's a cool bike. All right, well, there you go, viewers. That's thanks to Mark and his Motostar 400 customed. So I hope you enjoyed that little interview, and just another interesting bike you find in the Philippines. I never expected, I've never seen anything like this. So there you go. So I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.